Hello and welcome. During the blessed month of Ramadan, our days are filled with fasting and reflection, but it's often in the quiet moments, the early mornings and late nights, that our hearts really come alive with prayer. So today, we're going to take a guided journey through some of the most powerful supplications, or du'as, that really shape this sacred time.
I love this quote because it just gets right to the heart of what this month is all about. It's a chance for a total reset, a time to seek compassion, and an opportunity to grow closer to God. And the most direct way to connect with all of that is through the act of dua, which is really just a personal, profound conversation with the Creator.
So if you're looking to really deepen your spiritual practice this month, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down the key prayers in a clear, simple way. Think of it as a spiritual roadmap to help guide you from the very first day all the way to the last.
All right, so here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll start with what makes Ramadan prayer so powerful, then touch on those daily connection points. After that, we'll journey through the three main stages of the month, search for that incredible spiritual peak, and we'll wrap it all up with a look at gratitude.
Okay, let's dive right in. To really get the prayers of Ramadan, we first need to understand a couple of beautiful ideas that give them all their structure and meaning.
Now, the key word here is conversation. A dua isn't just about reciting words you've memorized. It's about showing up with a humble, open, and hopeful heart. It's a real, honest-to-goodness talk, a moment where you can feel that connection and remember that you are truly heard.
And to help guide that conversation throughout the month, Ramadan itself is structured into three distinct stages. We call them ashras. Honestly, the best way to think of them is like 3 chapters in a month-long spiritual story. And each chapter has its own unique theme. We'll get into each one in just a bit.
So, you might be thinking, okay, but how do you actually make a dua? Well, the etiquette is beautifully simple. It's really just 3 steps. You start with praise, acknowledging God's greatness. Then, you send blessings on the Prophet. And then, with a sincere heart, you simply ask. This structure just helps ground your prayer and makes it feel so much more focused. All right, now let's zoom in a bit and look at the daily rhythm of Ramadan. It's amazing how prayer really bookends each day of fasting, filling it with purpose right from the start and sealing it with gratitude at the end.
Every single day begins with the Suhoor prayer. It's this quiet, personal declaration of your intention. And that little prayer is what transforms the physical act of just not eating into a profound spiritual act of worship. Then, at sunset, you end the day with the Iftar prayer, which is all about gratitude. It's this perfect cycle of purpose and thanks that wraps up each day.
Okay, now we're getting to the real heart of our journey, those 3 ashras we mentioned earlier. This is where you can really see the spiritual story of Ramadan unfold, as we move from seeking mercy to asking for forgiveness and finally to hoping for salvation.
So here's how that looks. The first 10 days, they are all about seeking mercy. The middle 10 days are focused squarely on asking for forgiveness. And the final 10 days are dedicated to seeking refuge. And what's really cool is that each of these phases has its own special prayer that captures that specific spirit.
In that first Ashura, we kick things off with this heartfelt plea for rahmah, or mercy. This dua is such a beautiful way to acknowledge our own flaws, It's done in the hope of connecting with God's infinite compassion. It's a really humbling way to start, and it just cleanses the heart and opens it up for the blessings to come.
As we move into that second stage, the focus shifts to maghfirah, forgiveness, and the key here is sincere repentance. This isn't just about saying the words. This period is a huge opportunity to really acknowledge our mistakes and actively ask for them to be wiped away. It's like a deep spiritual cleanse for the soul. And then we hit the final 10 days, the Ashra of Najah, and you can feel the intensity ramp up. The focus becomes so direct, so urgent. It's about seeking refuge and protection. This powerful, simple plea just perfectly reflects the heightened devotion of this last, most sacred part of Ramadan.
Now, hidden within these final 10 days lies the spiritual climax of the entire year. We're talking about a night so powerful, so absolutely filled with blessings, that it's considered the absolute peak of the whole Ramadan experience.
I mean, just pause and think about that for a second. An act of worship on one night is better than doing it for 1,000 months. That is just incredible. That's over 83 years. So what in the world makes this one night, Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, so unbelievably special?
Well, this is the night.
It's the night when the very first verses of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. It's a night when blessings and mercy are said to just pour down from the heavens, and when sincere prayers are answered. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate opportunity for forgiveness and a total spiritual renewal.
And the recommended dua for this night? Wow, it perfectly captures that feeling. Notice how it's phrased. You're not just asking for forgiveness, you're acknowledging that Allah loves to forgive. It's this beautiful, intimate prayer that is just overflowing with hope and a deep understanding of God's mercy.
So as the month finally draws to a close, the focus naturally shifts over to gratitude and to holding on to all the spiritual progress we've made. For many, many Muslims, this moment is marked by completing a full recitation of the Quran.
And what a beautiful plea this is. This is one of the du'as that's recited when you finish the Quran. And it's so much more than just the celebration of finishing a book. It's a prayer that the wisdom and guidance from its pages will stay with us through every single stage of our existence. The whole point is to carry that connection forward.
And that really brings us to the end of our journey today. You know, completing Ramadan isn't a finish line. It's much more like the start of a whole new chapter. All that intention, the discipline, the connection we've built, the real question is, how do we carry that spirit forward into all the months ahead? It's a powerful question to reflect on as this blessed time comes to a close.